To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV, hot operations and lots more.
Join me on Sundays every 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Voice of the People TV.
Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy. From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People. And penchant for excellence in the continent's media space. Exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to Political Lens on Voice of the People Television, VOP. Now we are broadcasting on Metro SL TV channel 202. I am Chukwuma Okoro, and today we will look at the 3 years in office of Governor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State. Oh well, I am joined in the studio by Barrister Leo Chieboka. Leo is a Senior Special Assistant to the Governor and he's in charge of the Lagos Liaison Office of Anambra State. Good evening, Barrister Leo. And
good evening, Mr. Kolo.
Okay, good to have you.
Thank you.
All right, now let's get into it. In Anambra State, change is in motion under the leadership of a man who is not just a governor but a visionary, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, the game changer, the trailblazer, and the power of one man exemplified. With his 5-pillar agenda spanning security, economic transformation, human capital development, governance, and environment, he has been delivering on his promises to the people of Anambra. From ensuring security across the state to transforming infrastructure, he has laid the foundation for a brighter future for all. Oh, well, a seasoned economic consultant that Soludo is, he has consulted for over 21 countries and multinational organizations. And his expertise was recognized globally when he won the world's Best Central Bank Governor Award 3 times back to back. Was it back to back? Oh well, but what makes him stand out is his heart for the people. His government is dedicated to uplifting the most vulnerable, whether it is a woman in Obaru or a hawker in Oka North. Soludo has committed to their well-being, ensuring they pay no taxes and live in peace. He is shaping an African Dubai, where free education from kindergarten to secondary school empowers the next generation to break the chain of poverty. His health policies include free antenatal care and delivery for women in government hospitals, reinforcing his belief that the society is only as strong as its weakest link. Under his leadership, Anambra is witnessing unprecedented development. Over 8,000 teachers employed, 2 billion naira invested in youth development, and the completion of 401 kilometers of roads, with more to come. His efforts extend to improving the state's environment with regular waste management and flood control. Anambra is now ranked best in fiscal transparency and #1 in ease of doing business. Soludo's leadership has earned him prestigious accolades, including Governor of the Year for his infrastructure and rural development, as well as recognition for his commitment to ecumenism and social transformation. But it's not all about hard work. Soludo knows that in Anambra are a fun-loving people, which is why he's bringing entertainment to the state with projects like Solution Fun City and the Agulu Lake Recreation Center. Anambra is thriving academically, with students winning national and international awards, a testament to the immense investment in education. On the flip side, Anambra State has undeniably become a flashpoint of insecurity, with some communities unable to live a normal life. While the spate of insecurity has left many businesses comatose, lives lost and communities abandoned. In response, the governor launched a vigilante outfit named Agune Chamber, also known as Udogachi, to ensure that peace returns to troubled communities. While these efforts are beginning to yield results, some people also have questioned the timing, alleging that the governor set up the outfit to help him win the election. Oh well, like I said, I've been joined in the studio by Barrister Leo Cheboka. He's the Senior Special Assistant, SSA to the governor, and he's in charge of Anambra State Liaison Office here in Lagos. Good evening once again,
Thank you.
Barrister Leo.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's get into it. This is the third year in office of Governor Chukwuma Soludo.
Yes.
I'm Chukwuma, by the way, so you know Chukwumas do very well. Anyway, can you now summarize his 3 years in and tell us in clear terms whether the lives of the average Anambra person has improved in the past 3 years of his administration?
My brother, thank you very much. There is no doubt. Our people say the taste of the pudding is in the eating. There is no doubt that Anambra has never had it this way since 3 years, from previous administration to the present moment, that within these 3 years, Governor Chukwuma took over, Soludo took over, there has been a tremendous movement, improvement in all spheres of development. All spheres. Anambra is not the same in any ramification. The 5 pillars are being taken all together, which he set up on his manifesto, and he's taken all of them. You know very well, a lot of people usually doubt. At the beginning, a lot of people think that it's not possible, because when you lay foundation, you do not get result immediately until the foundation, the building, if it's a building, starts coming up. So people are realizing now what he was laying the foundation, because almost there were nothing on the ground, practically. Then from that scratch, he is building a solid foundation.
Sorry, but you said there was
Yes.
nothing on the ground practically.
There was practically nothing on the ground.
Okay.
From everything that you have just read, were the things he conceived and is doing. For instance, the road infrastructure, 750 something awarded, 460 already commissioned, asphalted with solid stone base. Very, very solid. It's not with gutters left and right.
But Barrister, I'm
that
sorry,
area,
I like for the viewer at home to understand your position.
Very good.
You mean that Chibuzo Ngige didn't do anything? Peter Obi didn't do anything. Willie Obiano didn't do anything. When you said that there was nothing on ground,
I use the word practically.
Practically.
Okay. Practically. To a very reasonable extent, there were nothing that you will still lay hands on.
Okay.
But, okay, look at the government house. What was on the ground? How many years now? 3 years. In the next few months, Anambra is having, after 34 good years, that the place was left unattended. Okay. Now, in any moment from now, they will move in. The government of Anambra State will have Obi, Anambra State. Then the roads, as I said, there are practically many communities that you cannot move by the road. Okay. Very many. But now you can reach them. They have not seen any single tarred road since they were created. I mean, when Adam became a human being. So you can understand where I'm coming from. Okay. So those people have come and gone, and then maybe specialized where they felt this is where they are focusing. But this one is holistic and entirely and massive. And that's why the accolades, and that's why the celebration. And that's what he's coming to Anambra State, because the people in Anambra State are seeing it. If you're not seeing it, you're moving on it. But Lagos, many of us, we continue to think we will we are hearing, and those things are political languages. So he's coming to inform us, as he promised, that once in a while he will come and inform them and give them the scorecard, what he has done. And that is why he's coming on this Saturday to come and do.
I was coming to that. Before we get into all of that,
very good.
Let's talk about insecurity in Anambra.
Very good.
Everybody understands that the Southeast has been enveloped by insecurity,
exactly.
Especially in Anambra and Imo State. In some communities in Anambra State, places like Ihiala, places like Ekusigo, people have not gone to bury their loved ones for a very long time. And in all of this, for the past 3 years, the governor now came up sometime in January this year, to float the Agone Chamber Vigilante Group, more like an internal security outfit. They had problems initially. Have those problems been resolved in terms of operational modalities?
My brother, there are a lot of factors that influenced insecurity in Anambra State in particular, and generally Southeast. There are a lot of, one, unemployment. Secondly, ideology. The way people believe and perceive. People say, some people are believing that they will liberate us. And then moved into the forest for whatever reason. And there's somebody who is living in the forest for 3, 6, 1 year in the forest. You can know that, and without communication. You ask, where does he get his food, medications, even the arms they are carrying? And that done, they now took to violence and then kidnapping in order to feed, in order to maintain themselves. When these things were going on, a good leader will have to study. And it is not that they were left without fighting, but the certification goes higher. By a lot of them they are not children. People that are engaged in this kind of warfare, devising various means. For government to tackle it, you have to go higher than them. And that is what took time to, one, prepare the law. You have to prepare the law. It's not something you just come and bring in. Then you now have to study what fuels the insecurity, the underground, what makes them do the way they are doing. Because practically they are inhuman. You see how they treat human beings when they get them. Some whatever they want to do with anybody, a human being does not, the blood does not make any sense to them. And the governor himself has been a victim of the same tragedy. All around, his father, even myself, everybody, we have felt it. So it's not something somebody will just say, you just wake up to think about insecurity. No, there are a lot of studies. And again, at the same time, we are children of Adam and Eve. There are a lot of times you can be holding these meetings with the people you believe you are secured. These bad guys will be getting the meeting before you finish. Get the information before you finish.
Okay, so there was infiltration.
Seriously. And then there are a lot of external induced insecurity. For whatever reason, politically, to make sure that the government doesn't move. So that they continue to scare everybody away and making it impossible for us to come down to do those barriers. And once that is there, once that is happening, economy cannot grow. People cannot invest, whether foreign or outsiders. So, having studied it, the Agone Chamber, for some people that are saying it's because of political, that is not it.
I was coming to that. My question now basically is, they had operational issues when they started, apparently maybe because they were not properly trained, or those people that were part of it were overzealous. And I'm asking you, how much of that has changed now? Because looks like there's some kind of peace in Anambra State.
They are not the kind of peace, there is great peace. And then in anything you are bringing new, you are dealing with, like I said again, children of Adam and Eve. And they are dealing with Nigerians. And then the profiling you will do takes time. And then you are taking these people again from the inside of the society. If the society is good, you see them. If the law and the order is there, you will gain it. And that is what is being restored. So those challenges will always be coming. Even among our security agents, officially, those who are meant to protect us, how so free are we with them? So it will not be the same thing or that you now think you are getting saints and the angels. Okay. But then they are being tackled and then being washed and then being profiled as the time goes on. Okay. And then anyone that is found wanting is removed. Do you understand me? Either disciplined or removed so that they will do what they are supposed to do.
Okay, so there's discipline.
No, there is this. There is, and they continue to grow. And it's continue.
Okay, but some people have alleged that why did it take the governor 3 years to form the agreement?
No, it didn't take him 3 years, like I said, to make a law. Okay. Study these people, study their movement, like you said here and everything. There are a lot of warlords. And then you now think that you are coming. Before you come or send any troop, the people around must have informed them that these people are coming. And they will disappear. The only people that will remain are innocent people. Okay. This is the point. And no good leader will go inside a community and start shooting without getting... That's why for the first time, the security is now restored back into various communities. You are in charge. Your brothers or sisters or children are involved in this kind of thing. There are people who make money out of it. You know them. So if you do not bring them out, it's not somebody from the north or west that doesn't know anywhere will come and dictate a criminal among our people. So it is we. So the people have taken the bull by the horn, since government is backing them to take care. So it's not a question of 3 years, it's a question of studying. There are a lot of things like people that go into this bush, okay. They now worship idols. Okay. Do you understand me? If they are doing it, there are a lot of other fake dibias that make a lot of false...
The people that were arrested and taken...
Arrested, you know, that more than...
And the governor said, look, if you are miracle workers, why don't you disappear from detention?
Well,
and nobody was able...
Paul and Silas, they prayed and they sang and the Holy Ghost, and the door were opened. Okay. So if they have all those powers they say they have, or even take care, the government is not against traditional worshippers or that, but to use it to deceive people, to use it to corrupt the mind of the youths, thinking that there's a miracle or there is something you will do, carry this pot, and then money will start flowing. Okay. You can understand. And then in the morning you see people drinking, and they thinking that because of that thing they did, and some of these sacrifices, human beings are involved.
Okay, so basically you think that Agune Chamber has nothing to do with Anambra 2025?
It has nothing to do with it, but at the same time, it has to checkmate whatever illegality anybody wants to do. Okay. Do you understand me? And it will be there. It has come to stay.
Okay, now before we come to the governor's visit to Lagos on Friday and Saturday, okay, let's talk about the Dubai of Africa. The governor promised that he was going to turn Anambra into the Dubai of Africa. Yes. How much foundation has he laid for that?
Very good. That is part of these 3 years. Dubai didn't start in a day or a year. Okay. There is a gradual process. Even in America, all those old cities, we can think about like London and everywhere. Did they just start today? No, it is a journey, gradual process, but focused. You know, you put this one today, tomorrow you put another one. Even if you are out, another person puts more block up in order to grow. It's not something. Dubai, we are getting there because if you, all the things you have just read, you can understand that if human beings are not there, if they are not involved, these things can't work. And then the development and the investment has to do with the people now. Come inside. Be conscious of your society. Be conscious of your homeland. You understand? Okay. Because all those people, they are putting something from wherever they get it, they bring them. The Jews, everybody.
Okay, talking about bringing something, how much of foreign direct investment has come into Anambra?
Gradually, they are bringing, because as far as these foundations are being laid, like I said before, if you know the foundations that were there, practically nobody will come in. But these ones are meant to create
Sad Miller came.
They are coming now. So many companies, they came. What is their level now? Do you understand me? Okay. But a lot of things like these criminalities and the rules and the other infrastructure that were not there are highly discouraging. But now they are being restored. As I'm talking to you now, a lot of people are indicating interest. Okay. Back to Anambra State, to have one thing or the other to do in Anambra State. There is no doubt about it. Even land is not something you buy today, in the next 6 months it will not be, it's not the same. Anambra State, as I'm talking to you today, is no longer the same after 3 years. No longer, in any ramification. Because with all the roads that are being opened up, a lot of everything are being opened up simultaneously, you know our people. So everybody has scrambled. Let me use the word, but I don't want to panic anybody. For space.
Okay.
And you know we are not gifted with a massive land like other places. So the foundation for the Dubai Tower are being laid. So that you can't put something on nothing. It can't stand. So you lay foundation, and all those foundation will carry the next tomorrow.
Okay, now let's come back to Lagos, where the governor is coming to visit on Friday and Saturday. By the way, he's coming for the Vanguard Award of Governance. You know, what is it all about? Can you let the audience...
Yes, the Vanguard Award, previously, both the Sun Award, you read it here, Sun Award, he received as CBN governor, and after about 20 years, they are giving him as the best governor of the year. There were daily independence, and then this one. The criteria for recognizing somebody are laid down by so many organizations, even the World Health Organization, United Nations, and other awards. So once anybody, they go around it as 6 states. Once you meet the criteria, they now give it to you. So today the Vanguard has recognized him, seeing all these things you are asking me, what he has done. And then personally hit him down as somebody who is doing something. Because so many of the people, some of the challenges we get is even the media. They are doing good, some of them. They shut their eyes, you know, like we always say, if you want something good, you pay for it, for the media to report. But anyone that is bad, you don't pay. You understand? Yeah, so this one that is good, they want to recognize that, his efforts. And that is what he's coming to receive on Friday. Okay. You understand?
He's been honored by Vanguard newspaper.
Vanguard
for
newspaper,
good governance.
for good governance.
Okay, after the Friday event, then the Saturday event.
The Saturday is purely...
Saturday, what is it all about?
The Saturday event, when he took over, even before he was sworn in as governor, during the campaign, he has promised Anambrarians in Lagos that he will be coming once in a while to tell them where the road he has gone and where he's going. And then there are a lot of people, there are a lot of challenges in the state that made those visitations very, very cumbersome and challenging. Now, there are a lot of both clubs, market leaders, associations, the community, that's town union associations, that he needed to see. So he now convert them into, on this Saturday, let them come so that he will tell them what he has been able to do under these 3 years, and where he is going under the Solution Administration, where he intends to go, the roadmap, and then request them to join in that development. That's the essence of his visit.
The essence of his visit. Now, what arrangements have you made, for the governor for the good people of Anambra to troop out en masse, to come and listen to their governor? Have you made any arrangements?
Yes, arrangement are in top gear. Anambra State, we are many in this Lagos. If you really want to get a massive number, then you have to go to a stadium. Okay. So we are being careful to select the various leadership of various these roles and bring them so that after hearing from him, there will be brochures and the flyers. Then you cascade it down to your various groups. But if you ask everybody to come, I wonder a stadium will be the only place you will not be enough to carry that. The only Anambrarians. And then when you are talking about Anambra, there are a lot of lovers of Anambra that will be there. So there is no way you will remove people from coming. So we made an arrangement at Harbour Point, the big hall there. Okay, the Harbour Point. Harbour Point.
It's somewhere in
Victoria Island, off Ahmad Bello, opposite Bar Beach.
Okay, opposite Bar Beach.
So we are asking people to come, those who will. Nobody will send you out. Do you understand? So long as we all compact ourselves to listen to the governor, it is his day, and ask him questions. Okay. And then critical questions, constructive criticism, so that they will know where they are going and they'll be able to service the people.
Okay, thank you very much, Barrister Leo. I know you have a lot in your hands and you need to run off to another program.
Yes.
But before you leave, there's something I'd like for us to talk about.
What's that?
What's going on in Okpoko?
Okpoko is part of those. Okpoko is now a new heaven as far as Soludo is concerned. Because if you know what is Okpoko, how Okpoko was, very filthy, one of the worst cities, slums in the world, Oboko. But it is no longer like that. I have visited it, I followed him, and we visited the place. Oboko has transformed Oboko into a very, very, it's no more a slum. There are roads, general hospitals, water, electricity, anything you can think of. Schools has come on at Oboko. So all those very serious flooding that used to wash people away, they are now taken care of. They can now sleep well and be comfortable, and they are comfortable.
Okay, I like the fact that you said Oboko that used to be a slum, it's now a new haven.
Yes.
Is it verifiable? Are you asking Anambra people, are you asking Ndibo, are you asking Nigerians to go to Oboko and verify all that?
I say myself here, I have been there. An area people couldn't go before, people are going, driving. So it is verifiable, and you can see it, you can touch it, you can walk on it, and you can make phone calls. So what are that? Some of these people think they are political gimmicks. No, they are facts. Like all these roads is something you will see. Some of them you will hear, you will watch on the TV. You are a media person. Carry a camera on a tour. A lot of people visit Anambra State for the purposes of, are these things we are hearing, are they true? That's to verify and confirm. So you can, the VOP, I know you are having a station now in Atoka.
Yes, we
So
have.
you must depend on them to give you an accurate information of what is happening.
Okay.
So it's not joke.
All right, then we are running out.
Mr. Governor is very, very serious and passionate and committed about this, about the development of Anambra State.
All right, thank you very much. Now, we've been speaking with Barrister Leo Chieboka. Barrister Leo is the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor, as well as the person in charge of the Anambra State Liaison Office in Lagos. Like he rightly told you, the Governor of Anambra State, Professor Soludo, will be in Lagos on Friday, first of all, to receive the Vanguard Award on Good Governance. And on Saturday, at Harbour Point off Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos, the Governor is going to present his 3-year scorecard to Anambra people.
And the road ahead.
And the road ahead. So if you have an opportunity, please,
Yes.
if you're an Anambra person, if you're a lover of Anambra, if you're Igbo, get to Harbour Point, somewhere in Victoria Island, off Ahmadu Bello Way. Listen to the Governor, hear him out, ask him questions, he's going to answer you. Barrister Leo, thanks for coming to this show.
Thank you.
I appreciate your presence.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
go for a short break, and when we return, we'll talk about Sole Administrator of Rivers State, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete-Ebas, retired, has appointed local government administrators, defying a court order that says, no, you cannot do that. Join us again.
From the views on the street
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents,
Corruption kills 3 things that makes a society.
representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV, from the views on the street
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of
have a lot to say. They are in prison. I don't know.
What they do is they embezzle our money. If they are sick, they go abroad, get out of the same hospital that's why our healthcare can't go to shambles. That's why our education system is rubbish.
So let's hear your thoughts and reaction about
my thought is big and large. I will start from one point. They are forefathers. They took our forefathers as slaves, right? They occupied them. They gave it to our fathers. Our fathers and mothers too. They incubate them again. They gave it to us. Now this is 3 generations. Count it 3 generations.
So what is the essence of
the
this
essence
protest?
is that we do not want this bad governance again. We want that which we speak for our rights. That which we hear our voice. A governor, a government that will listen to us. That knows our aspirations.
Chief Gani Faweimi, whose full name was Abdulganiyu Oyeshola Faweimi, was born on the 22nd of April 1930.
For staying with us. Well, the Rivers State Sole Administrator, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ebas, retired, has approved the appointment of administrators for the 23 local government areas of Rivers State. Oh, well, this comes less than 24 hours after the Federal High Court sitting in Port Harcourt reportedly restrained him from appointing administrators to oversee the affairs of local government councils. The order was issued by Justice Adamu Mohammed on Tuesday in suit number FHC/PS/CS/46/2025 in the case filed by Pilot Center for Civic Education Initiative led by Courage Msurumovu against the sole administrator in his official capacity. However, IBAS has approved the constitution of some boards of agencies, commissions and parastatals, which he had earlier suspended. Oh, well, the approval was contained in a special government announcement issued on Wednesday, that's today, this morning, by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Ibibia Worika. The statement said the appointments take immediate effect. Oh, well, Mr. Okoriboy Animete was appointed as the administrator for Abua Odua local government, Mr. Goodluck Emihana Chofa Hoda, Mr. Promise Jacob Fahoda West, and amongst others. Oh, well, I've been joined in the studio by Mr. Dele Fanimo. By the way, Dele is a seasoned reporter, accomplished journalist, and a VOP in-house analyst. Good evening, Dele, and thanks for coming.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay. You and I talked about this River State yesterday, and we were thinking with the idea of the sole administrator, whether he has the power, the authorities, you know, to appoint local government administrators. And boom, early this morning, we woke to the news that, look, he has defied court order and went ahead to appoint sole administrators for local government and said that the appointment takes immediate effect. Has he violated any law?
Now, for us to have a clear understanding of what is going on in Rivers, for those of us who are old enough, we should go back to the military era, where there was no constitution, what prevailed then was edict and decrees. Now, there were ouster clauses at that time. There are certain things you cannot take to court during the military era. And so if you have that in mind and you have a mental picture of that era, which supposedly subsumed human rights and didn't allow issues of expression of one's opinion and all that, then you now know what is prevailing in Rivers State today. The moment emergency was declared in Rivers State, the Constitution, as far as that space is concerned, is suspended. And so you can't go to court. Sometimes some of these judges, when they grant injunctions, you tend to question if they didn't see through these processes of the court before granting injunctions.
I'm sorry, Dele, before we proceed, the president suspended the legislature and the executive.
Yes.
But the judiciary states, does it mean that the sole administrator cannot be held accountable by the courts?
You see, what we are saying is, on what pedestal is that judge standing to grant that injunction? Is this on the basis of the ground norm, which is the constitution that had been suspended the day Ibas, a military officer, retired, became sole administrator in place of a duly elected governor of a state, and the legislative arm was also cleared of the way. And for the next 6 months, the House of Assembly will be under lock and keys.
So why didn't the president suspend the chief judge of Rivers State, the judiciary of Rivers State?
You see, the judiciary is an independent arm.
Okay.
And the judiciary is not involved in the day-to-day running of government and governance in any state, even at the federal level. What the judiciary does is you sit back. If there is any dispute, if there is any dispute to the interpretation of the law, then you approach the court.
Now there's
a court may not be approached.
Now there's a dispute, and a certain individual approached the court, and the court said, no, hold on, you don't have the right to do that.
Then the court would also understand that while it's saying the man should hold on, is there a substantive case to be pursued? The legality or otherwise of the actions of the sole administrator, is it in dispute? Is it in contest in this matter? When effectively that state had been taken away from the Constitution for now until after the emergency rule is invalidated by the executive arm. So on what pedestal are you going to hold the sole administrator accountable for not obeying a court that does not even have the jurisdiction to even adjudicate on a matter like this, that had been clearly stated the day as the sole administrator of that state? It determines what goes on in that state, except otherwise put in check by the executive. So he is only reporting to the president as it is today, and no other person. And that is why I remember I said something yesterday that most of the time when there is a state of emergency, at least in recent past, since 1999, you will find out that no military officer, no civilian had been brought to take over. Yes, it was happening during the days of Majekodumi in the First Republic. A civilian, a judge, being made sole administrator. You understand? But since 1983 to date, we have always seen military officers taking over as sole administrator of the state. And no military officer below the rank of a major general had been taken in as sole administrator in any state where state of emergency is disclosed.
militarizing our politics, like we see. We have two former presidents who were also former military leaders. I'm talking about Buhari and Obasanjo. And during their time, we saw more of military actions playing out in politics.
You see, the point is, we brought in the soldiers and politicized them. So why are we condemning now that they have also mastered the game and becoming president? The last of military president is not going to be after Buhari. Other people will come.
You anticipate that Nigeria will have...
Nigeria will still have military leaders that want to contest elections.
Okay.
And besides, Obasanjo was not the first person. Yar'Adua attempted. The senior Yar'Adua, the major general, attempted. It was almost costing home before Babangida derailed it, and Obasanjo came back to benefit from it. And that's why Obasanjo had to pay the family of Yar'Adua by installing their son as his successor.
Okay, let's go back to Rivers State, because we are costing home now. If you look at, prior to the declaration of the state of emergency, we had the Ijaw Youth Congress, the Ijaw group saying, look, we are not going to take this. Nothing will happen, nothing should happen to the governor of Rivers State, suspended, by the way, Sim Fubara. Nobody is going to impeach him, and if you impeach him, we are not going to take all of that. And at that point, I asked, out of the 27 lawmakers, some of them were Ijaw people. So why didn't they stand out and said, look, this governor is an Ijaw man, and we are not going to work against him? Apparently, the 27 lawmakers were working against him. Now, the governor has been suspended. We have not heard anything again apart from threats like it shouldn't happen from the Ijaw group. Now, 23 local government administrators.
There are discordant tunes among the Ijaws now.
Okay. Now we have...
Asari Dokubo, you know what he said.
Good. Now, I'm coming to that. Now, the Soludo administrator has appointed 23 local government administrators.
And nobody declined.
Including Ijaw people, including the suspended governor's local government, and nobody has rejected. So what does that tell you about the ethnic politics in Nigeria? Politics, is it an elitist thing? Is it that they use ethnicity to divide us?
They only use ethnicity to hoodwink us when it is convenient for them to promote ethnic chauvinism. The question, I was somewhere a while ago, and I was saying that as soon as Labour Party members got into the National Assembly, between then and now, can you tell me one particular statement made by Labour Party, PDP, or SDP member of that National Assembly that negates the collective interest of members of that National Assembly? When they were giving them 160 million cars, we thought that the people from other opposition parties would say, no, we are not taking. But nobody rejected it. So it's the same thing playing out in Rivers. They will come and shout just for their own selfish interest. If tomorrow comes, I can tell you, if by the end of today, those local government chairmen, caretaker members, if they don't mass in Port Harcourt today, they will be there with a retinue of supporters, even from Ijaw Nation, in their traditional wear, supporting their own, that now it is the turn of my family to become a local government chairman as a result of emergency that ab initio they rejected just because their son is there. So my teacher always tell me when I was in secondary school, he said, be careful the way you do mob, because the moment you are out of this gate, that problem you consider as general problem becomes individual problem, because nobody is going to sympathize with you and step out of this gate when you are suspended. It is the same thing. Fubara is left in the cooler now. Life goes on until, if there is any opportunity for Fubara to come back to that seat, that's when these people will come back and begin to pledge loyalty. So ethnicity, it is only is an instrument that is good enough to be used when it suits those who want to use it. Okay. But unfortunately, we are constantly divided along those cleavages.
What do you think will happen if people go back to court to challenge this appointment?
What will happen is the court will throw it out. But there's no jurisdiction. What law are you going to cite?
But the court already entertained it.
I said, what law are you going to cite? Injunction is just to maintain status quo until the substantive. Nobody has started the substantive case. It's matter. The validity of appointing local government chairman or otherwise has not been challenged. What they went to court to take is, please restrain this man from appointing. Okay. And if there is no basis for him to be restrained, the man will go ahead. Ibas is not a small man, somebody who rose to become the equivalent of lieutenant general in the armed forces. So he will have people to consult. If that injunction is strong enough to restrain him, he wouldn't have appointed those local government chairmen today. So he knows that that case is headed nowhere because there is no constitutional power to drive that process that will stop him from appointing those local government chairmen. And so those local governments, at least for the first instance, which is 6 months, stays.
All right, unfortunately, we have run out of time. Thank you very much. You've been speaking with Mr. Dele Fanimo. Dele is a seasoned reporter, accomplished journalist, as well as VOP in-house analyst. Oh, well, this is where we end the show. I am Chukwuma Okoro, and up next is Issues with Jerry Apelehai. Please stay with us, and bye for now.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor.
in Ondo State, Nigeria. He grew up in a family that valued education and he went on to study law at the University of London, where he obtained his